Hi, I'm Bill. What's your name?
William?
William. I noticed from your intake interview that you have questions about what you're doing with your life, and you're kind of at a crossroads as to what to do. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes. I graduated high school 2 years ago, and from that point I've been just working for a couple years, and I feel like that I could be making more money or doing something that I'm really interested in, but I'm not sure how to go about that, as to which school or if I want to just keep working or pursue the schooling.
Do you have like a game plan put together?
I've been researching schools and everything, but it comes down to finances for it and finding time to do it between my work schedules, because I've just been working ever since I graduated.
So it sounds like you have a plan, but you're not exactly sure how the plan will work out based on money, time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you put together, have you like put it to paper, what you want to do?
To paper, I haven't, but I've just been calling around to schools and asking about different programs and everything, between work and it's interesting, but I'm just not sure what to do. Or
What would you like to go to school for?
I'd like to go for any kind of like IT kind of computers, but I switched because I wanted to go for business, but then I switched to computers, and I'm not sure which one.
Why did you switch to computers?
I heard that talking to people that there was a better demand for people in the computer field, and that business, everybody goes for business, and you might not get a job out of college for business.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you are looking for a direction, but you've done a lot looking as far as where to go, what to do, and what you want to do. Have you settled in on any type of schooling, like a particular place?
I think I would probably start out at a 2-year school and see where I can get from a 2-year degree if I were to go, and possibly transferring to a 4-year school if I could.
Have you looked into the financial aid?
I have looked into the financial aid, but I've been conflicted between work, and I've missed the deadlines for financial aid and schooling and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, financial aid would help, but then I'm not sure if I really want to go or not, or if I just cancel it and decide not to go. So I don't know.
So from high school, you started to work, but you feel you want more from just working, and you're looking at schools that might better fit what you're interested in. And so you've done all those things, and it's taking some time to like really settle out with what you want to do with your life. Those are all good things. Those are steps in the right direction. How do you think working in school would work for you?
I think beginning, since I've been just working for the last couple of years, it would take some getting used to trying to judge or change schedules from work and school, trying to get there both places on time. It would just be really different for me to adjust to.
Do you think there's anything you can do in the meantime to try to readjust to that? Is there like online classes you could take or something to try to get back into it?
I could try to look at online courses, or I'm I'm not sure if there'd be anything I could do because I've never looked into um, how to manage the times.
Mm-hmm.
But um, I could. I think that they were offering summer classes. Maybe I could try to take a summer class
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit and try to manage my two schedules. Maybe.
So it sounds like you've done a lot of thinking with what you want to do and what you are doing, and that's important because you're assessing where you are and where you want to go. And how do you think? Do you think that there might be help out there for you to accomplish this?
Um, I think that talking to friends of mine that are going to school and working, I could get some input from them and from counselors at the school
Mm-hmm.
on what to do.
Okay, based on the things that you've said, it sounds like you have a plan. You've talked to your friends, and you're doing a internal inventory of what you like to do, but where you're at. And how does that play into what your next step is?
I think that the next step would be to actually evaluate if going to school is worth all the money. Seeing if I'm actually interested in it, if it's actually worth the money. Because if I'm not interested in it, I'd be wasting the money, or just to keep working like I am and getting guaranteed money, but then I'm losing out on doing something that I actually like doing, not going the school route.
Well, going to school, it's been proven that you can earn a greater income by going to school, but then there are jobs where not going to school, you can still earn a substantial income to support your needs. Have you evaluated where you want to go as far as what level of income?
Well, right now I'm just making minimum wage income, and I would obviously like to make some more money than that, to eventually move away, buy a house, and do all that kind of stuff
Okay.
that I wouldn't be able to afford just working a job like I am right now.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've done a lot of thinking, and you've done a lot of thinking about yourself with what you're doing now and where you want to go. Okay? And those are important things to evaluate. And it sounds like you have also looked at options to help yourself with either an education or a better job. And you've thrown in the option of your financial status with what you want to do. And it's important to look at all those avenues for what you'd like to do, and it sounds like you have a pretty good checklist of where you've been, what you're doing, and where you want to go. So do you think that that is a solid base to go from?
Yeah, putting everything all together, I think would be able to help me make a decision between school and work. That I since I've given the working avenue a chance, that maybe I should give the school avenue a chance and see what I could get out of it, just like I've been doing with working for the past couple of years.
You mentioned that you spoke to guidance counselors at colleges. Have they had any kind of input as to like the cost as opposed to financial aid and things like that?
Yeah, they've said that I would be eligible for financial aid and I wouldn't have to pay it back until I graduated the terms for whichever school, which would be beneficial.
Okay. How does that all fit into your overall plan?
I think that I'm actually going to pursue the school avenue, because it can give you better options for the rest of your life, other than just working, making minimum wage.
Well, that sounds like a good plan of attack. It's important to stay on task with those plans before they slip away on you. Are there local schools or moving away schools?
They would be local schools, and it would be smarter to go now than waiting, so then you lose all your skills that I've had from going to school for the past 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be better to go now than putting it off any longer.
So you started out thinking business, and then you moved more towards IT.
Yeah.
Is there any thought process? What made you change?
I had more real life, hands-on opportunities with computers than I did with business and accounting, fixing relatives' computers and all that kind of stuff.
So it sounds like you have your niche, which is computers, and to pursue an avenue in IT is where you really want to go,
Yeah.
as opposed to business and accounting and things like that.
Yeah.
And how do you feel that, is there a job market for you?
Yeah. I've heard from many people that there's a greater demand for IT, and because everything is done with computers nowadays anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So there would definitely be a job market for that.
So your plan started from high school, and you worked for a while, and you had a little taste of that,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel you want more, which is a natural progression.
Mm-hmm.
So you're starting to look into schools, and you've also evaluated what skills that you want to attain through schools. You know, you thought about business, and now you're thinking IT, which is a good progression of your thought process, okay? And where do you think your next step is going to be?
My next step would be to actually call school, enroll, apply for financial aid, get all of that situated, so that I could take the next step to attending school.
But what I'm also hearing is that it has to fit your timeline.
Yeah.
And that's important to you, because you don't want to rush into things and not be prepared.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a timeline? Is it like 6 months, a year and a half?
To attend school, I would try to make the next available semester, other than putting it off any longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's important not to rush into things unless you're
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
So your plan sounds solid. You have thought through where you've been, where you are, and where you want to be. So those things are very important. You're thinking through the process. Are there other things that might come into play?
Getting enough hours at work to afford things like books and stuff like that would be like a small factor. Other than that, I don't think anything would be coming to play other than being not sure about school and being there and then thinking it's not for me and then not trying or anything like that.
Well, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Are you happy with what you're doing and the level of income that you have and the potential of what school could do for you? It's not a guarantee. So it sounds like you've thought through all those processes of you're looking for more than what you have, because you are intelligent and the minimum wage jobs that you have aren't giving you all the things that you need
Mm-hmm.
or want. So you're looking at the avenue of school, and you've talked to your friends, and you've listened to their success and some failures. So you're reassessing where you're at and what you want to do. Those are all good, positive things. What do you think, ultimately, if you had a wish list, what would happen?
if I had a wish list, would be to attend the school, enjoy the program that I'm in, graduate, if necessary, transfer to a 4-year school, get a job in the field that I like, so I enjoy working for something that I went to school for. Then afford better things than I have now with the income.
Sounds like a solid plan, and I think that you're on a pretty good path. And time will tell. It's your initiative to you've done so much so far, and it's just a matter of time to see if your plan will work. I think you're on a pretty good plan. You seem like a pretty smart guy, and best of luck to you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.